What's up, fellow entrepreneurs? I'm Lamika, and this is The Real About Entrepreneurship. And in today's video, I am talking with Jamaal Johnson of Leveled Up Credit Services. And we were talking about my business and how I had gotten funding and what I'm looking for in new funding and looking for different banks. A lot of times when we are researching to find banks for our business, everyone talks about the same one. Well, in today's video, we are sharing with you a website to where you can find all of the banks, access to funding, so much funding. So let's get into the video.
Everything, like you said, everything that you said, right? The average person is like, I got $1 in a dream. Now, how can I turn this dollar into my dream?
Right.
Where now it's like you don't really, I mean, you could use your own dollar, but we
You
got
do
credit
not.
cards.
I have been through the fire to tell you, you do not have to use your own money. I
Yeah.
mean, just as I think through this, it even goes back to as I think through it, even going back to how I set up my business and all those things, I could have, I would have done those things differently. And the actual point that I was going to make, like, it has just completely left me because you said something that made me think about that we had talked about it earlier. But to your point, you do not have to use your own money to be able
Yeah.
to start the business. Yeah.
And I want to add to that your own credit, because people, the good thing about using your own money,
Mm-hmm.
if you didn't know about business credit, is that at least there's a finite stopping point. You ran out of money, can't do nothing else.
Not if you're me. You figure out a way. You're like, and I'm just
Right,
like, girl, stop it. Stop
right,
it. Stop it. And I
right.
haven't hit that
Not
finite
you.
that point.
Right, not you, because when you're determined, you have an idea, you get the money, right? You get the money, you know what I'm saying? But still, at least you're not accumulating debt. Whereas,
That part.
people who, this is the dangerous side. Credit is great, but we gotta tell the dark side. Of course,
Yes.
especially when you're funding with your personal credit, because a lot of people do that. They'll,
Mm-hmm.
they take out
Mm-hmm.
a HELOC on their home.
Right.
They run up their personal credit cards
Mm-hmm.
because they don't know that even business credit exists. So if their issues happen with the company, and business slows down, now not only did they run out of money, now they're in the negative because they got all this debt. They messed up their utilization, they dropped their credit score, then they can't get more credit because their personal credit done went up, and that's the other side about it. That's the dark side about even
Yeah.
trying to personally fund it with your credit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's even another reason why it's so important for folks to know about business credit, because you can build your business credit, use these business products and business financing to grow your company. And if something, God forbid, happens, it does not, well, done properly, it won't impact you. Or a lot of companies, even with credit cards, they'll give you like a much longer grace period.
Mm-hmm.
Some give you like up to 60 days before it even impacts your personal credit. Whereas if you have a regular, personal credit card, you 31 days late, bam, your score just dropped, 150
Immediately.
points.
Oh yeah,
You know,
immediately. Yeah. Well, and I say you said that there was a finite stopping point. Oh, it did become a finite stopping point when it was like I was looking at my credit and I had, gotten this big mound of credit card debt that had to be paid back, and it was on my personal. So while the score may have been good, the utilization was awful. So then I spent the time of, okay, now, we got to produce and we got to sell so that I can pay down my personal credit cards to be able to do this. And now I remember the point that I was going to make. This is why you keep your day job. This is why you keep your day job, especially when you have a product-based business that is capital intensive, such as starting a clothing line. A lot of people are very, in a hurry to leave their jobs. And I get everybody may not have a job that they love. And so you need to look at the job as a stream of income. just like creating a stream of income in real estate or a clothing line or consulting business, you need to look at it as a stream of income because, in talking with Jamaal, it has definitely cemented in my brain that stream of income, banks are looking at that, and that makes you so much more attractive, knowing that you're just not relying on this business in order to pay them back. So
Yeah,
that's what I
definitely.
remembered earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like, definitely keep that job because we were talking about, even the SBA, the Small Business Administration, who issues out, government loans to 7As to 504, they issued out the PPP and everything like that. They consider any business doing less than 5 million a small business. Like, I mean, 5 million a year is a lot of money. I am not making $5 million a year at all.
That part. Not
You know what I'm
yet.
saying? Not yet. Not yet. But as of right now, I'm working on it. I'm gonna get
Right.
there.
Right.
But as of right now, I'm a small business. So when you're going for lending, even with SBA loans and stuff, they're going to ask you if you're not doing 5 million, you're a small business. And as a small business, they're still going to ask you about your personal finances. They may, for certain loans, I think like the 7A loans, they're still going to ask you for a W-2. They're still going to ask you for a pay stub. So if you're already, well, everyone, most of the people here, your viewership are folks working who want to transition. Keep the job. Like, we get it that it may suck. Like, I left my job because it was going downhill, but I didn't leave until I felt secure enough and comfortable enough that, okay, I can continue on living the way I'm currently living without, becoming homeless. Like, shout out to Steve Harvey, but I was not about to quit my job to live in my car for 2 years.
Nah.
Like,
I'm not built like that.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just too pretty for that. I ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I ain't gonna do that.
We too pretty for that. Like, that's not about I no, right? I will definitely go get a job before I have to live in my car for 2 years.
Oh yeah. Oh
No,
yeah, absolutely.
that's on my mama. That's on God.
On my mama. Not
You know what
only
I'm
that,
saying?
and the benefit of things now is you have so many gig, economy type jobs. You technically
Right,
don't have to do that if you
right.
understand, that's about getting around the right people and having the right conversations and being able to brainstorm on how you can make it work, because it can be challenging if you're the entrepreneur and everybody else you're around, they don't have that thought process. So they're not necessarily helping you think through how to make it work based off of what you have.
Yeah.
So for sure.
Yeah, no, the gig economy is real. If you have a car, you have income.
Yes.
Like, if you got a car and a valid driver's license, you have income. Like, I don't understand people letting their license expire. Like, what? Like, what? Like,
Right.
you just block like at least 10 streams of income just because you let your license expire. Like,
For sure. For
at
sure.
least, literally, I'm just thinking about it, at least 10. At least.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
that
For
is
sure.
there's no reason. Just pay the damn parking ticket and keep it pushing. Like, just pay the ticket, keep it pushing. You don't need to have your license suspended because
Right.
you don't got no job and your license suspended. Like, you can't
And it's your day
Uber.
off and you got fired.
You know what I'm saying? You can't Lyft, you can't Uber. I mean, you could DoorDash. At least with DoorDash, like, you can bike, you can walk, you can hop on a scooter. But I mean,
Who
like,
want to do that when it's raining?
ain't nobody trying. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody trying to do that.
Listen, pay the stupid speeding ticket. I feel you. I got like 5 and I had to pay them Jones. I was mad.
Yeah.
Very upset about them. But
yeah. So that's why you definitely want to keep your job. If you don't have one, find something, a way to make it work. But the other part is, we were talking about this ibanknet.com is, and figuring out which one of these banks. Because I think when I first got started, I think I may have been banking with, Bank of America or somebody like that.
Yeah.
they're not friendly to the type of business. They're not friendly in my eyes to the type of business I had, which is I call it a micro business. We're not even talking about a small business. We're talking about a micro business. And so, now going through this, understanding what types of banks or credit unions are more favorable to me as being their type of, customer, their type of client.
Yeah, definitely. And like you said, it's trial and error. Even doing as much research as you can online, some things you still not really going to experience until you go through the process with that, particular bank. And as we were talking about, I know here in Maryland, there was 107 different banks. So if one bank isn't working, I got 99 other banks to try. Like it's just like dating before you get married. Like
Hey,
you got to go through them. You know what I mean?
you
Till
gotta
you
you
till you
gotta go through
find
them.
until you find the right one, or in banking and financing the right 10. Like however
That's
many
true.
you need to look for it. And
Right.
so like we were talking about, I think, right? So you were talking about iBank. Like this is just an example. This is Texas. Like you don't have to limit yourself to the banks you hear about on the internet, right? We know PNC, Amex, Chase, Truist, Key Bank, all that good stuff. But look at all these banks.
I see
Like
some good ones.
what?
Ooh, I'm over here like, ooh, oh.
Like this is a ton of banks. Like you not gonna like believe you me, you not really running out of funding. This is just
Yeah,
Texas. You can
yeah.
do this for any state that you live in. There's 107 in Maryland. I'm really not about to run out of money.
And
Like
this is
if
just credit unions. This doesn't even go into banks. And,
right,
this doesn't even go into the other stuff. So there's plenty out there.
right. So I mean, as long as you keep your credit score straight, you stay over a 700, a 720, you don't make no late payments, you don't have a collection, you don't file for bankruptcy, you good. You infinite banking. Like this is not the infinite banking strategy. I just say infinite funding. You have unlimited access to funding. And as your business grows, your financials are going to improve, which will just keep improving your opportunities to get more money. Like that. I mean, and
That's it.
as long as you know what to do with the money. If you don't, you know, ask us. Lamika got 3 businesses. She got hella ideas for what to
Too
do
many
with your
ideas.
money. You know,
Right. Too many
like
ideas.
she probably looking for a partner. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Always, always. Money, looking for money and marketing, you always got to be doing those two things. So yeah, if you don't know what to do with it, I'll let you girl.
right. Or if you got the money, you're like, oh, I'm fundable. I can go out and get 500,000 right now.
I'll let your
Sounds like,
girl.
it sounds like a partnership in the making. That's what it sounds like to me. You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? So,
Absolutely. But yeah, but
but
that's
no,
that's what that's what this channel is about. That's what the Real About Entrepreneurship is about. It's about talking about money, mindset, and marketing. And Jamaal is the resident money person for the Real About Entrepreneurship. So, these are conversations that I wish I would have been able to have with someone or been able to find to be able to do that. So definitely put your questions in the comment section, because you never know. Well, we always read them. I always read the comments, and so you may have a question that we can make a video about to be able to expand upon, or we may do a live about, and be able to take your questions. So make sure you guys are putting those questions in the comment section, because we do read them.
absolutely. I am not above researching, asking my network, because, like I said, this is just the number of banks in Texas. There are over 10,000 banks in the country. I don't know all of them, so I'm more than happy to research as friends, my other folks, to get the answers that you're looking for. Absolutely.
All right, so we've been talking about, you know, what I'm looking for in a bank, a credit union, for my business. Like I said, you know, that this is what the channel is about. So if this is something that, you know, you're wanting to do on your own, absolutely check it out. But if you're wanting to work with someone, you know, definitely check out Jamaal at Leveled Up Credit Services. If you need to, you know, get your personal credit together, that is definitely something that he can help you with. And then he can help you build that business credit and get business funding for that business. So Jamaal, did I get that right? Make sure I got that right, because we want to make sure we are, you know, giving the right information for the clients that are a good fit.
Yeah, definitely. So you all can definitely tap in with me. You can actually go to www.crackthescore.com. There you can actually download a free ebook that just gives you some highlights, some general information about how to properly form your business, and you have the opportunity to schedule a free consultation with me. You can also follow me on YouTube. I'm also dropping gems all the time uh, at The Credit Protector. Okay. Just YouTube, The Credit Protector. That is your boy. That is me. And tap in with me. Definitely. And we'll leave a link in the description to both.
For sure. Yeah, link in the description to both. If you have questions, put them in the comment section. We read them. We want to answer your questions so that we can help you get to success faster. So until next time, peace.
Peace.